for CYFA night versus the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets. Please help us thank this season's 2025 Chief Program sponsors. Our platinum sponsors: Ride Electric, Sprayberry, The Parker Connection, Ernst Concrete. Our gold sponsors: TechStream, Plum & Plumber, Lead Supply. Our silver sponsors: Cherokee Youth Football Association, Adrian's Field, Fitness, All About Health. Our bronze sponsors: Hunt Homes, Jape Services, Cherokee Tire, Ron Reagan State Farm, Georgia Chiropractic and Massage, Credit Union of Georgia, A&P Painting and Flooring, and Imagine Pools and Landscaping. Please help us thank this season's 2025 FIDA Chief Program sponsors. We'd like to thank tonight's FIDA Chief sponsor, Big Easy Barbecue. FIDA Chief sponsors feed the players, trainers, managers, and coaching staff before tonight's game. The FIDA Chief Meal sponsorship gives local restaurants the opportunity to sponsor the Chiefs football program the best way they know how, with food. Other FIDA Chief sponsors are Sidelines Grill, B&B Tavern, Chick-fil-A of Hickory Flat, Hickory Flat Kitchen, Old Country Place, Johnny's Pizza, Hickory Flat, and Ips Pastiari. This week's Red Zone sponsor is Pride Electric.
The morning of September 11th, 2001 will forever be remembered in our country.
I remember most students were just leaving class, headed to the student center to watch the TVs in the rec room. And from there, we slowly just dispersed from campus and headed home because we didn't know what was going to happen after that.
I was actually at home watching the news, and I got a phone call from a friend who said, "Are you seeing what's going on?" And we both thought it was a small plane that had flown into one of the World Trade Center towers, assuming it was an accident.
At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapses.
I grew up in a small town in New Jersey, about 30 miles directly west of New York City, where you could actually see the skyline from my hometown. The morning of 9/11, at the time I was working for UPS, loading trucks, and I got up to go to work, and my mother had called me downstairs to take a look at the TV. So I looked at the TV and I saw the Twin Towers standing there and on fire. The first thing I thought was get in my car and go up and see for myself. So I drove up to the top of the hill. We could see the whole skyline, pretty clear day. And sure enough, you could see the tower standing there and smoke as far as the eye could see. There's about 100 people there, cops, everybody taking pictures. But again, nobody knew the buildings were going to collapse. So I kind of went back back home to get changed. So as I was coming back inside, the first building had collapsed, and it was just very, very shocking. And then again, my father, he was an airline captain for U.S. Air, so my mother was on the phone with him, just kind of talking what's going on, because all the airspace was shut down that day. So he was trying to figure out how he was going to come home, but everything was just starting to unfold that morning.
When I saw the first one hit, so the first airliner that hit, I wasn't quite sure what was happening. But once the second one hit, it was pretty evident that we were under attack.
At 10:28 a.m., the North Tower of the World Trade Center collapses.
I remember seeing the second tower hit live on TV as we were watching, and at that point we knew that it was not an accident.
We start with the area I grew up in, so the New York metro area, New Jersey, Connecticut, New York City. So a lot of people where I grew up take the train, take the bus, they all go into the city every day to work. And when that happened, a lot of people lost their lives. So we had cars that were left at train stations and memorials that were put up. So that exact area was really hit hard. My father, being an airline captain, took a huge loss in the industry because nobody wanted to fly anymore. So it really affected my family as a whole, and then in the metro area for sure, friends and families, I can attest to. But then as a country, I talk to people, when I joined the Coast Guard in 2003 because of 9/11. I talked to friends from all over the country, and they said they put it on the TV, and it just gave them the urge to want to serve their country, and the patriotism that was there. I remember everybody putting little flags on their car, showing their patriotism. So I've never seen anything like it before, how we came together as a country.
It is customary to remove your hat and place your right hand over your heart during the playing of the national anthem. Thank you for your participation and patriotism. On behalf of the Cherokee County Board of Education, Dr. Mary Elizabeth Davis, Superintendent of Schools, Principal Mr. Robert Van Alstyne, Athletic Director Mr. Peter Voida, and Head Coach James Teeter, welcome to tonight's game. Marching onto the field is the Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard and Honor Guard. Carrying the American flag is Cadet Colonel Brandon Palmer. Carrying the Georgia flag is Cadet Captain Juliet Sally. Protecting the flags as rifle bearers are Cadet Captain Gavin Ondeck and Cadet Major Cash Creamer. They are accompanied by Guidon Bearer, Cadet First Lieutenant Mason McCluskey, and Detail Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Madison Killian. Our Honor Guard Commander is Cadet Master Sergeant Heather Rainwater. Our Honor Guard members are Cadet Second Lieutenant Jackson Long, Cadet Airman First Class Zola Andrews, and Cadet Airman Charisma Holmes. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by the Sequoyah Marching Band of Chiefs. Attention. Please render the proper respect and courtesy by moving aside to let our colors depart the field and exit the stadium unimpeded. Thank you.
Davis, Superintendent of Schools, Principal Mr. Robert Van Alstyve, and Athletic Director Mr. Peter Verga, welcome to today's game. The GHSA and its member schools have made a commitment to promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at all GHSA-sanctioned events. Profanity, degrading remarks, and intimidating actions directed at officials or competitors will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the event center. Spectators are not allowed to enter the competition area during warm-ups or while the contest is being conducted. Thank you for your cooperation in the promotion of good sportsmanship at today's event. To ensure the safety of our students, staff, and guests, CCSD staff reserves the right to deny access to this event or to remove persons from this event for unacceptable and/or disruptive behavior. Weapons of any kind are not permitted on school property or within the school safety zone. This school is a drug-free environment, therefore alcoholic beverages and illegal substances are prohibited from our campus. Additionally, the use of tobacco and vape devices on this campus is prohibited. CCSD staff reserves the right to inspect all packages, oversized purses, or containers that may contain contraband to ensure compliance with these guidelines. Once again, welcome to today's game, and go Chiefs!
Orthopedic Institute. Our goal is to keep everyone in the family active and healthy. We believe that harnessing mobility and optimizing performance empowers you to live a lifetime of health. With 2 convenient locations in Canton and Woodstock, Northside Hospital Sports Medicine is close to where you live, work, and play. Call 770-517-6636 to find a sports medicine expert near you.
Bold flavor and a good time? Come on down to Big Easy Barbecue, where Cajun heat meets slow smoked perfection. Sink your teeth into our famous smoked wings, tender brisket, and spicy jambalaya that'll have you coming back for more. We've got big screens for the big games, space for the whole crew, and that southern hospitality you'll love. Right in the heart of the neighborhood, easy to find, impossible to forget. Big Easy Barbecue, a Cajun smokehouse where flavor meets family.
officials for tonight's game. Referee is G. Adam Stemmel. Umpire Ashton Wilkerson. Linesman Dante Atkinson. Line judge Mitch Lister. Side judge is Josh Lee. Field judge is Bryce Smith. Back judge is Jason Bryant. Our electronic clock operator is Jamie Cantrell. And our play clock operator is Kurt Manzo. Penalty charter for the night is Key Cureton.
The sun is setting over Skip Pope Stadium, and there is a high-ranked matchup at Skip Pope tonight. The Sequoyah Chiefs are taking on the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets in a top 50 matchup, or at least top 20 in the state, according to some people. Top 50, at least, we'll say, at Skip Pope tonight. We have a great game.
Yeah, as well as top 10 in our region, according to some rankings. We're really excited to see what the Sequoyah Chiefs can do and what the Sprayberry Jackets will do. Yeah, this is a high-powered team on both ends, on both the offensive end and the defensive end, and we're really excited to see what is going to unfold tonight at Skip Pope Stadium. Yeah, so at least according to Born to Compete, one of a local Georgia high school football rankings, Sprayberry's at 5 in 5A and Sequoiah's at 8. So this is going to be a very important matchup, as these teams both finished first and second in region last year, with the Chiefs' only loss coming to Sprayberry, and Sprayberry's only loss, I think it was to Pope, early on in the season. And the Chiefs want revenge. Sprayberry want to extend their win streak to 2 games in a row, and that's exactly what they're going to look for tonight. They are led by 5-star corner Jordan Edmonds. He's committed to Alabama. He's the #1 corner in the country. He's the #2 player in Georgia, and he is somebody that the Chiefs are going to have a game plan for. For sure, and then they also have their star quarterback, Jaden Duckett, who right now he has around 600 passing yards, and half of that being 300 rushing yards as the Sequoyah Chiefs runs out on the field, as you can see by the cameras. Yeah, Jaden Duckett is going to be someone the Chiefs have had to have planned for very well. 3-star quarterback, class of 2026, is a senior this year. Last week had 4 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. He had a great game, and he's going to look to continue it into this one. So as both teams run out onto the field, we'll get ready for kickoff here in just a moment. As 2 4-0 teams, one has to fall tonight, looking to stay undefeated in region and keep that coveted first place spot. Last week, the Chiefs were at Riverwood, and they had their second shutout win of the season, 56-0. Kobe Martin didn't have to pass much, 7 for 7, 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the other side, running, Rajecki, 16 rushes for 157 yards with 2 touchdowns. He had himself a night. That's not even including his receiving yards. So all this entire offense is coming off of a stellar game, 56 points. They're going to look to keep it up. They have not given up points in 4 quarters, the last 4 quarters. Before that, I think the streak was at 10, and they gave up a 4th quarter touchdown to Kell when they beat them 36-7. Or 37-6. 37-6. And speaking of that Kell game, Brooks Darling had himself a game that night with 2 interceptions and a stellar offensive game. I mean, I feel like we we expect a lot from him tonight, especially coming back to that home field after that last advantage at home.
The Chiefs will receive the opening half kickoff as we are underway for Friday Night Lights Week 5. As this one's short of the end zone. That's Holden Campbell taking it back. He's creating a lot of space for himself. Tries to pummel through a defender. He gets brought down, but not until crossing the 50. And it is a great opening kick return for Holden Campbell. Just, I think it was 3 weeks ago at Cherokee. He had a kickoff return touchdown, but got taken back from a hold earlier on in the play. So he gets a good 50 yards, and the Chiefs will open the day in Sprayberry territory.
I feel like we always talk about how great of a running back Will Rejecki is, but we don't see as much of Holden Campbell. He's been hiding in the shadows, I would say, being like still working on his craft, working on his talent, and we just saw that with that 50-yard run.
So we open the night with a Will Rejecki rush as he gets towards the sideline, and it's a 5-yard gain as he gets shoved out of bounds. And the Chiefs have looked to the rush game a lot this year. They averaged 225 yards per game on the ground, 157 in the air, and the rush game has worked. Will Rejecki, 162 rush yards per game, 8.8 yards per carry, and that is a ridiculous number. I mean, every single time he touches the ball, his average is 8 yards.
That's insane. For those who don't know football as well, that is 2 under a first down. So pretty much when you put it in Will Rejecki's hands, you're about to get a first down.
Yeah, there's a chance of a first down as he's handed off again, as he might have gotten to the line to gain, but he looks just a bit short. So they'll mark him for a 3rd and 1. And they'll bring on the 3rd down crew. Chiefs yet to throw tonight. 2 rushes so far to Rejecki. 3rd and short. I formation. They have 3 running backs in the backfield. Martin under center. Hands it off and gets the first. Braden Wilbur. The Yellow Jackets weren't expecting Wilbur to get that one. And it's good for a first. And the Chiefs will move the chains for the first time tonight after a great opening kick return. They move deeper into Yellow Jacket territory. So we'll see how long it takes for the Chiefs to find a pass, and it's going to work right now. Give it off to Rejecki. He's cutting across the middle. He's got space. Can he shrug off the defender for a touchdown? No. He just falls short. But it's another explosive play from Rejecki. Sprayberry thought they were going to try to work the outside on that one, but cut back inside pretty quickly and did well on it. Now setting up at about the 4-yard line. Chiefs close to an opening drive touchdown. Nobody out wide for the Chiefs. Martin center, handoff, Rejecki, touchdown. As the Chiefs open the drive with 6 points, and Will Rejecki gets another touchdown on the season.
Easy walk-in for Rejecki.
As a Chief looks to be injured after the play. It's Rejecki's 10th rushing touchdown of the year. And he is close to crossing in to 700 rush yards so far. Just a few yards short of it after that last drive.
That was Charlie Miller, who got down but got up pretty quickly.
Yeah, Miller's a key part of that offensive line that has worked so well so far for Sequoyah. As you see on that first opening drive, creating the gaps and giving the running backs room to run. No yardage lost on the drive thanks to the line, as Leif Hansen will open up for the extra point, and it is good as the Chiefs take a early 7-0 lead with a Rajecki Rush touchdown. So now we'll flip over to the Sprayberry offense, who has a lot of weapons to work with. As we mentioned earlier, Jaden Duckett is a very high dual threat quarterback. The Chiefs defense is going to need to find a way to figure him out. Either if it's with a QB spy. I talked to Buddy this week. He said that they were looking at maybe blitzing a lot more, and we might see Michael Fountain and Drew Williams on the edge just try to put a little more pressure and either force him to get out of the pocket or force him to make mistakes. And if they can do that, and they can force Jaden Duckett just to, mess up here and there, the Chiefs might be able to shut down the run game, force them to pass it, and that's exactly where Kell went wrong, as Kell was forced to pass the ball. The run game wasn't working for them, and that's when you saw Benji and Brooks both get their interceptions and help out the Chiefs for a huge blowout win against those Longhorns. Hansen kicks one off, and this one, that might have been through the uprights.
I'm pretty sure it was.
A monster kick from Leif Hansen as he keeps getting better with each week to come. So the Yellow Jackets will start from their own 20, 30 yards away from where the Chiefs started on their opening drive. And we'll see what this offense is made of. They have a lot of solid options out wide. Jordan Edmonds, that 5-star corner, also plays wide receiver. He's their lead receiver on the year so far, 64 yards per game, 10 receptions, has had a solid season so far. They also have Kobe Lewis to look for, as Jaden Duckett's going to look to scramble out of the pocket. Instead, stops midway through, finds a receiver downfield, and it's popped off. That might be a fumble. He might have had possession. Nope, they're going to say that he was down before that was knocked out.
Sometimes I wish we had those replays.
Yeah.
We could just rewatch it.
So despite the ball popping out, marked as a complete catch as he hit the ground first, as Keelan Jones takes a run out wide. Doesn't get much yardage, about 2 there. Asa Goings on the tackle. And Keelan Jones also someone to look out for, a DB and running back. Has mainly been used as a receiving back so far this year, has 27 receiving yards per game on 4 receptions, as Duckett's going to keep this one, and he's stopped after gaining about 2. Drew Williams gets up and shakes his head. Duckett not running on him on that one.
I mean, from Duckett's stats, it's kind of giving Lamar Jackson. I mean, also has the powerful rush game, but also has a powerful pass game, as we saw by that about 20-yard pass whenever he was in trouble.
Duckett gets out of the zone and looks back over towards his coach, making sure he's got the right play. 4 receivers out, looking to throw. Duckett escaping the pocket, instead launches one, and it's caught over on the far sideline. That's Jordan Edmonds. He's trying to make some move, and it's a huge gain for the Yellow Jackets. 5-star quarter, Jordan Edmonds.
I think the Sequoyah secondary was kind of watching, assuming that a sack was going to happen, and then Duckett threw the ball right at the very end, and boom, it wasn't. So defense got to keep being on their toes, always ready for the unexpected, as we just saw.
And that's why Sprayberry loves Duckett so much. His dual versatility, as he doesn't see anything in the pocket, and he can just take off, and still while taking off, he can find that wide open man downfield. He's almost like a Madden player, as he's forced to throw it out of bounds there. as it brings up second down inside of field goal territory. 2nd and 10. Handed off to the far side of the field and doesn't go much. Ian Holbert, the junior running back, 5'11", third in the team on rush yards per game, has 20 attempts, most attempts on the Yellow Jackets. About 40 yards per game. He's had a solid season so far and has a lot of seniors in front of him. So when the senior class graduates, he pretty much has that starting role and will have a chance to get his name on the map next year. Duckett in shotgun, throwing out wide, and it was trying to be halfback slip screen, but threw it way over. I think that was Keelan Jones's head. And now it brings up 4th down. So we'll see. They do go for the field goal attempt. Messiah Brown coming out for the kick. It's going to set up to be about a 41-yarder. We'll see how well this one goes. This one up and good. So Sprayberry get themselves on the board, put up 3 with a 41-yard field goal. So Sprayberry won't leave their first drive with nothing. And again, to take the field, Sequoyah Chiefs offense, we just saw with a solid drive, started off at the 50 and just ran the ball down Sprayberry's throat, and there was nothing much Sprayberry could do about it. The main scary part of this defense is going to be their corners and safeties. So if they can just kind of avoid that area, and I'm guessing that's what they're going to try to do tonight.
Yeah, for sure, which is also why I think we've seen way more rushing yards than we have receiving yards. And the one receiving yard that did happen, or the one pass that did happen, was right back to Will Rajecki so that he can do what he does best, is run the ball. So we'll see if I feel like the game plan is working. So let's see if they're going to change it, if they're going to keep it.
And we saw a little bit of Keelan Jones on that offensive drive. He is also a 3-star safety who, for all you Bulldogs fans out there, is committed to UGA. And he'll be joining the Bulldogs next year as he's a senior. And he has had a solid season so far. 1 interception, 1 tackle for loss over the last 4 games, as well as having some pretty good offensive drives. Have a touchdown, has 110 yards total. And he's been a top option on offense and on defense. So we'll see if the secondary will have to deflect any passes on the second drive for Sequoyah. It's handed off to Rajecki, using a man as a guide as he's brought back after diving for a first. And it moves the chains. And it's 1st and 10 once again from the 30.
So good that people can't actually tackle him. They have to grab onto his shirt and eventually try to use gravity to just pull him down.
That was a really stretchy shirt. I mean, there was a lot of distance between.
I feel like football jerseys do have that, just so that, you know, a tug on the shirt ain't gonna get them too hard.
Yeah, just like eventually it just kind of snaps, and then it's like, oh well, I'm gone now. So Martin finally looking to throw, and it's tipped away. There was Jordan Edmonds trying to make a play on it, and he was close, but it's knocked incomplete as that pass tipped away. Sets up 2nd down. Martin's first pass attempt of the night results in an incompletion. halfway gone through the first quarter. It's a counter to Campbell. He's trying to find some space to go. Crosses, doesn't cross for a first, but they're saying it's a fumble. Sprayberry looks to have the ball. And they do.
Wow.
Sprayberry force a turnover. And it's the first fumble recovered by an opposing team of the year for the Chiefs. So what started to look like a promising drive ends quickly. Jaden Duckett and the Yellow Jackets take the field inside Sequoyah territory, and they'll look to grab the lead for the first time tonight.
Now, this is not what Sequoyah wants. Of course, you don't ever want to turn the ball over exactly, but especially being Sprayberry already being in their own territory and their promising amount of points that they have scored per game. I mean, having around 46 points per game, I mean, this is just more momentum for them, which is not what Sequoyah wants.
Duckett found Keelan Jones out wide, and again throws it to Edmond, trying to spin for the first, and he does that.
Now, this is something that Sequoyah, the defense, will have to learn, but when one defender goes forward to rush the ball, the next defender has to come and get the next closest pass in, but also maybe split it a little bit. So they just have to figure out when to come up and when to stay back. Try to help the helper.
Yeah, that defense communication is going to be key, especially with a lot of weapons on the Sprayberry side, and that ball's on the ground. Recovered by Sprayberry.
Thought we were about to have a little deja vu there.
Thought the Chiefs might have gotten the ball back, but Sprayberry quick to get the ball back, and it results in a first. It was James Funches on the catch, number 20, and this time handed off over to the weak side, and he goes down before the line of scrimmage. Ian Holbert. And it's 2nd and 11. Duckett dropping back, looking for the end zone, and nobody's there. A little collision after the ball was passed. That was Asa Goings on the hit. He was looking at the ball and didn't see the receiver, so we'll take an injury timeout here and step away for a second. This Sprayberry team is coming off of a huge win on their own as well, 49-7 against Pope. Duckett, 8 for 13, 189 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Which they're now that they lost to Pope in such a big margin, which last year that was their only in-season loss besides their playoff loss, of course.
Yeah, and Pope's the one team that, I feel like when I read that score, that was like, that's got to be a mistake, right? Sprayberry didn't lose to Pope. Sprayberry was supposed to beat them by a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Sprayberry knew that as well. And then, you get the game versus Sequoyah, and they're kind of like, oh, yeah, now we cannot lose again.
There's a lot of times where you some very well teams play down to the level of their opponents, and that totally could have been what Sprayberry had done last year, which they have not done yet this year, of course, because they are blowing out teams currently. Same with the Sequoyah Chiefs, of course.
So the Chiefs force another 4th down, and the field goal unit set to come out again. It's Brown looking to go 2 for 2 on field goals. Has a Nice, easy 35-yarder from the near hash, a little bit off center. From 35 yards out, Brown. Snap is good, and the kick is good as well. So after forcing a fumble, the score goes to 6-7. And we'll see the Sequoyah offense once again for their third drive, and this time hoping not to fumble. With 3:40 left to go in the quarter. A lot of action so far tonight on CYFA night here at Skip Pope Stadium. This stadium's pretty much full. I mean, I don't see many empty seats on the sideline. A lot of people behind us, around us, standing near the concessions. I think the student section's full, the band's playing loud. And over on the Sprayberry side as well, not much of a student section. Their band is here, and I want to say full participation. I think that's got to be a full band. And
could be.
A lot of parents here as well. We're hoping for the Yellow Jackets to go 5-0, and that kick is, I don't know if that was an intentional squib kick or that slip messed them up that bad, but still pretty decent bounce on it, and it gets to Campbell, and he'll take the ball at about the 25-yard line.
Now, with the score currently being 6-7, the Sequoyah Chiefs, it's very essential for them to score here. One, so that we can have more points, of course, but two, so that we can have like a larger margin of scoring away from Sprayberry, because all they need right now is a touchdown, and then they're ahead, of course.
Yeah, the first and second quarter have been the strongest for the Chiefs this season. Yes, they have had 2 blowouts, so the starters have been pulled after that. The Chiefs have averaged about 17 points in the second and 13 in the first. Sprayberry's really main quarter is the first. They've averaged 17 so far this year, and right now they're at 6. I don't know if they'll have a second drive here in the first.
Yeah, Sprayberry and Sequoyah, they're very similar on the offensive side with, well, obviously, as we were saying earlier, a lot of their offensive threats are also defensive threats, which is the same for Sequoyah offense with players like Brooks Starling. But their points, like their average points per quarter, is also very similar with the Sequoyah Chiefs and the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets. Their amount of points that they score mostly is in the first and second quarter.
I mean, and pretty much identical points per game. Sprayberry at 48 as Martin looking deep over the shoulder. It's Brooks Starling with a huge catch, flipping the field.
I mean, I know that's his talent, but maybe I spoke it to existence when I started talking great about him being an offensive and defensive threat.
As the student section gets hyped for that one, Brooks Starling moves the Chiefs all the way to the 32-yard line. And just like that, a little spark brought back into Skip Pope. And the Chiefs find their first big play of the night. Now we'll see what they can do after it. Martin looks to get a man to jump. No flag, though. Didn't cross into the neutral zone. Handoff, Rajecki finds the outside. Gets out of bounds. Gain of about 7.
That offensive line blocks like no joke.
It is a very solid offensive line. I mean, Brody Craig, Alex Brewer, just those two alone would make it a solid line. But then you throw in, you got Riley O'Neal out there, Charlie Miller.
Colton Bass.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of names rotating in and out. I mean, and it works well, as we've seen so far. As it's another handoff, this time given off to, is that Matthew Matz? I think that's number 6, right? That's Matthew. What is Matthew doing out there right now?
That is something that you do not see every Friday night.
The defensive end takes a rush.
They decided to do a little switcheroo on us.
So move the chains for a first. Jack Ripley and Darling out on that far side. Snap is on the ground. They get it back, handed up over to Braden Wilbur, but he is brought down at the line of scrimmage, and it goes nowhere. Martin walking back over to sideline. Getting the play call. And it's second and about 11. So they'll lose a yard on that play. As Braden Wilbur has had a pretty solid season so far. Credited for 3 rushes, 19 yards, and 2 touchdowns, so that's not bad. Martin finds Jack Ripley, and that one's in for the end zone, and it's Jack Ripley. And there's a flag at the end of the play. It looks to be on, it might have been unsportsmanlike conduct. It looks to be on Brody Craig. So hopefully this doesn't take the touchdown back as Jack Ripley adds to his touchdown collection.
That's his 5th touchdown of the season so far, and that's also Colby's 6th passing touchdown, and 5 of them are to Jack Ripley.
Yeah, Jack Ripley is having himself a ridiculously good season, as we'll hear from the refs what this flag could be and if this might take away Jack Ripley's touchdown. Here's the call. So it's not on the Chiefs, it's on Sprayberry. Jack Trout, the outside linebacker, draws an unsportsmanlike conduct foul. So the touchdown is upheld, and Jack Ripley retains his 5th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have another solid drive and up the score 13-6. And we'll see what they do here on the kick. They're looking for somebody. I think they're going back over towards the sideline.
Oh, they were looking for a football.
Oh.
You do in fact need that to play the game.
Yeah. That would be semi-important, you know. Or we can just play it with an imaginary ball.
I mean, that works too. Leif Hansen would make every single kick he already does, but
we
he
could
would
just
make
say,
it from the Sprayberry's 20.
Would we then have the say in what happens if we just like make it all up and whatever we say goes?
I feel like
that'd be
that
great.
works.
Yeah. Leif Hansen's 2nd PAT of the night is good.
Jake, I have a question for you. Have you ever thought about, you know how Sequoyah sets up very wide before they do their kick and then they come together? What if the Sprayberry's defense just went in like they were just going to do a regular kick because they knew what was going to happen?
Yeah, that's when
do
you
you
go.
think Sequoyah just stays there and just goes for?
That's when you go for 2. That's why they line up there in the first place. It's see if they can catch someone sleeping and go for 2. And, you know, if it doesn't work, they just, we'll head back into our kick formation. I mean, you see Leif out there. He's lined up at receiver in that formation.
Yeah, basically, they're planning for automatic points no matter what.
Yeah. So 14-6 is what we go to close to the end of the first quarter. And Hansen gets to kick this one off from Sprayberry's own 45. So he's got a very shallow kick here. And the Chiefs defense also gets to line up at the 50. So they'll be quick to get to whoever decides to take this one out.
this would be the clutch placement for like an end of the game when you're trying to do an onside kick. If they somehow got a
Unsportsmanlike conduct
unsportsmanlike conduct at the very end of the game, whenever you need an onside kick, this would be like the clutch place to do it.
And Hansen just absolutely drills that. I mean, that's got to be. I think that was through the uprights. I couldn't see. It was over the bar, so it's kind of hard to see where it went out from.
I'm counting it.
Leif Hansen drills that one over as Sprayberry will come out for the third time tonight. They'll take it from their 20, and we'll see Jaden Duckett again. He's had a pretty solid night so far. Has made a few long passes. No touchdowns for either rushing or receiving, as they've kicked 2 field goals so far. Let's see what they decide to do on this drive. They hand it off, and it'll get stopped after a gain of about 4.
Tackle made by number 23, Joseph Lissetti. Bring up second half.
Setting back up. Duckett in shotgun. It's handed off again, and he's got a little bit of space to go. Only one more defender to beat. Instead gets chased down at the end of that play. Carson Berry chases down Drew Keeling and prevents any more damage from being done, but that's a great run from Drew Keeling. Followed his blocks well, broke free of the line, and flips himself into Sequoyah territory as it's 1st and 10. Now handed off again, and it is stopped. And that one is going to be a big loss.
Tackle done by Noah Normile, which we saw, he was the one who almost had a sack earlier, ran after Duckett as he was scrambling, which we've seen some great defensive performances by Noah Normile.
Yeah, he's had a solid season so far, and especially as it being his big first year on varsity not being his first year on varsity, but being his first varsity starter. He hasn't had as many minutes as he had this year, and so far he's killing it. But another big gain for the Yellow Jackets, and Ian Holbert again is stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and it sets up 2nd down. And we'll close out the first quarter. It's 14-6. The Sequoyah Chiefs have the lead, and that was a solid first quarter from the Chiefs. They got besides that fumble, I'm pretty sure they got exactly what they wanted. Robert Jecky got his rush touchdown. They threw one to Ripley, and they've managed to beat the secondary so far, which is the scary part about the Sprayberry defense.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. And as where we're going right now, this is supposed to be a high-scoring game. If the score predicts, keep just going the same way. But yeah, already high-scoring game in the first quarter. Can't wait to see what else happens as we flip the field and go the other way for the second.
Sprayberry leading a drive down the field right now. They're set up at about the 35. So closing in on field goal range, if not already in it. They kicked a 41-yard earlier. So defense back out to the field will want a turnover. If they can manage a turnover on this drive to get the ball back and stop another Sprayberry score and maybe go up by 2, that would be huge for the Chiefs, as we know how well they've done with scores so far, when they lead this season. It's been a while since they have trailed in a game. I'm going to say, I think the last time was against Denmark. And yeah, after Denmark, I don't think they've ever been behind.
I think Denmark was the only game where we saw iffy performances from the Chiefs, I would say, and at least the first half of that game. But I mean, that was the first game of the season. You're getting out the jitters. You're getting into the new groove of playing football with same squad, but adding a couple new people, and Sequoyah Chiefs has only gone up from there.
Duckett with a attempted QB keeper, and it goes absolutely nowhere. Duckett trying to use his legs tonight, but it has not been working to what his normal production levels have been. Duckett and Keeling look back towards the sideline. Now Duckett dropping back to throw instead. He decides to keep it. He's sacked by Drew Williams. Brings up 4th down.
This is exactly what we were talking about earlier, Jake, where what Sequoyah offense having all those rushers come up, they're just keeping Duckett in basically a circle. And whenever he tries to get out, boom, you just get him.
And the lead team tackler, Drew Williams, gets his 2nd sack of the season. And the Jackets are going for it on 4th. Duckett escapes the pocket, and he's got a lot of space to go. He stays up, doesn't slide, gets towards the sideline. Finally pushed out of bounds by Joseph Lucente. And what was a important Drew Williams sack is taken away by Duckett's running capabilities. And that's the running capabilities you talked about tonight, as Duckett has been so good on the ground. And he shows it off again right there. Instead, throwing this time, blocked. He catches his own pass. He can still run this ball, and he will. And he's brought down 10 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. And Duckett looks to be injured on the sideline there, and that might not be good for the Yellow Jackets.
Jake, do you want to reiterate what just happened here? Because I am kind of flabbergasted.
I mean, I think Duckett just got his first reception of the season. And he caught his own pass right there. I mean, that was pretty impressive. But escaped the pocket, couldn't find anywhere to go, and he looks to be getting up, which is good. And he's walking off towards the sideline with a little bit of help. So Duckett helped off, heading over towards the medical tent. DJ Wilson, the junior quarterback, will have to make his way into the game. He sends a man in motion, hands it off, and is brought down. And a flag on the play. Michael Fountain with a huge tackle for loss, but they're going to get him for a flag. We'll see what they say.
It did seem like he grabbed
horse collar
bit.
maybe?
That's what I was thinking. Grabbed the collarbone area a little bit too much, so maybe that is what the refs are thinking.
As we'll hear from the head ref right now.
Face mask.
So they're calling a face mask. 15-yard penalty, stays second down, no automatic first, as they were already back a long way away. So second, about 25, turns into 2nd and 9. DJ Wilson still out on the field. Throwing over towards the sideline. It's Jordan Edmonds, spins his way in towards the end zone.
Oh,
and a flag gets thrown.
Definitely the ball being thrown on the ground after that touchdown. Got to be what that flag is. Right.
We'll wait on that one.
If it's not on the Sprayberry offense, we're double checking right now, but I fear that may be DJ Wilson's first varsity touchdown.
It'll be Edmonds. So Edmonds gets his 7th touchdown of the year, but also gets an unsportsmanlike conduct call. So that will put him in a little bit of trouble for the rest of the night. That'll be enforced on the kickoff. And DJ Wilson throws for will be his 3rd touchdown of the season. Has had 8 passing attempts and 6 completions so far. Only 94 yards. Hasn't had that much to do, but has been there when he's needed. Has thrown the only interception on the Sprayberry offense. So we'll see what he can do, or if he comes back on the 2nd drive of the night. We'll see if Duckett can continue to play. But Edmonds gets on the scoreboard, and it's 13 of 14 as we start the 2nd quarter with a Sprayberry touchdown. The Chiefs offense to take the field for their 4th time tonight. They fumbled on their 2nd drive, and then Jack Ripley scored on that last one. And this is a long penalty for the Yellow Jackets. We'll see how far they can really get this ball. Josiah Brown's going to have a long kick. Holden Campbell and Rejecki in the backfield, set to receive the kick. As now the refs blow the whistle, Sprayberry gets back into order. Brown needs a powerful kick, gets it to about the 20. It's Rejecki to field it. He's got a little bit of space on this left side, runs into the back of his own teammate and gets close towards the 50, and it's a good return there for Rejecki, and it sets up the offense in a good spot. So 9:43 left to go here in the 2nd. Kobe Martin looking to lead the Chiefs, keep the lead, and we'll take an official's timeout for an injury again. Next will be Noah Voltaire up on this near side. The Sprayberry defense had a very solid outing last week with 4 different players getting a sack, and that just has really yet to be seen tonight. I mean, we saw the forced fumble, but other than that, they've had a hard time stopping both the passing and the rushing game. So we'll see if on this 4th drive they can figure out how the Chiefs will approach the rest of the night. And on the flip side for the Chiefs, 5 total tackle for losses last weekend and 1 blocked kick, and they got a defensive touchdown as well. So a few tackle for losses so far. I don't think they've made it to 5 yet tonight, but they're getting up there. They've at least had 2. And we'll see which defense can make the biggest impact as Sprayberry get a chance to maybe force another turnover. Martin shotgun sends out Rajecki, looking to throw to him instead. Looks at his second read and just throws that one towards the floor. Doesn't have much space to go with it. Couldn't find any of his reads and just gave up on that play. Smart move there from Martin. Martin in shotgun still. Same formation for the Chiefs. This time, fake the handoff. Martin looks over towards the sideline, and it was attempted to Brooks Darling. But just behind him, Martin throws another incompletion and sets up third down.
That one didn't seem like Brooks was necessarily ready for that one. Head was still turned a little bit, but...
Yeah, it might have been a little too early or a little late. But the clock stops, so we'll stop at 9:32. And it's 3rd and 10. Sprayberry looking to get their offense back out onto the field. No deep safety. Martin trying to find somewhere to throw. Instead, runs out of the pocket. Over towards the right side. Flag on the play. And Martin gets stuffed before the first down marker. But there's a flag all the way in the backfield. So this could be either a hold So here we go with the call. And it is a holding on Sequoyah. So a manageable 3rd and 10 turns into a not so manageable 3rd and 20. The Chiefs now have a lot more way to go. They're going to probably have to throw this ball and tackle this dangerous secondary of Sprayberries. No running backs. 4 receivers out. Martin throwing over to Ripley. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. He stays up. Is finally brought down. It was a good attempt for the Chiefs. And there's a flag. Another flag. Ripley got about 15-yard gain.
I've been seeing too many yellow things flying in the air today, guys. This is I feel like this is the most amount of flags that we've seen all season from both sides.
Yeah, I forgot.
Just in general.
I haven't been tracking, but this has definitely been. So, the holding of last drive, the holding of last play gets pretty much taken away. The Chiefs had another chance to get the first. They get 15 yards, and then on top of that, they get a personal foul as well. Moves the chains for a first, and the Chiefs' drive stay alive.
Now, Jake, I just saw Matthew Matz run back onto the field, and this is offense. So this is the same abnormality that we are seeing tonight.
Yeah, I think they've been throwing him at tight end. I think they've been working on his receiving skills a little bit, and they've been pairing him and Maddox Waller together as a solid tight end group. I think he's played tight end before, but he's mainly been a D end, as this year used in a blocking formation. And Rajecki with an explosive play. He gets a gain of about 5. And it sets up 2nd and 5. and looking back over towards the sideline. Now gets under center. Handoff, Rajecki. And he breaks the first 2 tackles, and he walks into the end zone. Will Rajecki, his second rushing touchdown of the night. He makes it look easy. And the Chiefs add to their lead once again, and it's 20-13.
Great job, Will Rajecki, but also that is no shot of a doubt that was a team play. Every single person was blocking so that touchdown could happen, which is why every team sport is a team sport.
And it's like
work better as a team.
It's like those two DBs just kind of gave up on tackling Will. They might have thought that they called him down, but he wasn't. He broke those last 2 tackles there. And Will Rajecki slowly walks himself into the end zone. It puts up his second of the night and extends it to 11 on the season. And he is having himself an incredible senior year so far through 4 games. The Chiefs coming back out for their extra point attempt. Won't go for 2 on this one. Hanson comes back in to make it a 8-point ball game. And Hanson drills that one back out onto the hill behind the gates. And the Chiefs 21-13. Will Rajecki's second rushing touchdown of the night. He keeps on adding to his totals. And his stat line so far, 1 for the game and 2 for the season, just keep on getting better and better. So 7:49, Sprayberry has a little bit of time to get themselves back out onto the board. They're 8 points down, so they'll have to go for 2 if they want to at least tie the ball game. But we'll see what this offense is made of. Hanson to kick off. Waiting for the whistle. There it is, and we're back underway. And Hanson drills that one. That one is out of the back of the end zone. No chance of returning it. Sprayberry will take it at the 20 as they'll start their 4th drive. 2 field goals so far and an Edmonds touchdown have got the Yellow Jackets here. We'll see if they can put another score up on the board. They have a lot of time to work with, and they can try to kill a lot of it if they want to run with Duckett, or if Duckett's back into the game here. Duckett is back.
Looks like he was slowly walking onto the field, so that may be a disadvantage for Sprayberry, seeing if their quarterback isn't feeling either up to running or may just not be at his high athletic performance.
Yeah, we'll see the designation if he decides to run a little bit more, but he is stuffed at the marker. 2nd and 10. So we'll stay 2nd and 10. Clock still moving. We'll see if Duckett can run it this time. No, he hands it off again, and again, stuffed behind the line of scrimmage this time, brought back for a loss. And again, the Chiefs line getting to them quickly. And this is what Coach Buddy might have been talking about with the blitzes. Duckett goes down with an injury, looks to be a little bit slower, and they start to take advantage of the blitz. That's 2 times they've gotten to the running back before he's crossed the original line of scrimmage. No running backs out this time. Duckett has to throw. Finds an option, holds it instead, pump fake, bullet pass to nobody in the middle of the field. Intended for Keelan Jones, but instead misses and falls incomplete. So 4th down, and Sprayberry will be the first team to punt tonight.
3 and out right there. Let's go Chiefs.
Yeah, a solid 3 and out from this Chiefs defense, and only killed a minute of time.
Which now gives Sequoyah enough time to maybe get another touchdown to solidify their lead going into the half, which would be huge for the Sequoyah Chiefs.
Yep, 6:42, time to work. Punt is away, and it's going to take a little bit of a bounce, and that was rolling towards the sideline, and Rejecki, no chance of getting that one, and we'll take it back to the Chiefs offense.
Coach Gentry was the one who received the ball out of bounds, and he is probably very glad that he has had his highlight moment.
Back-to-back touchdowns on the last 2 drives for the Chiefs. We'll see if they can extend it to a 3rd drive. I formation. And Matthew Matz jumps. So false start puts them back 5 yards. Will stay 1st down. So the Chiefs will try again, 1st and 15. It's a weak toss over to Rejecki as he is piled up on pretty quickly and thrown down. They'll mark him down at the original line of scrimmage, so won't take any loss of yardage there, but clock stays moving and it becomes 2nd and 15. Starling and Ripley on our near side. Martin trying to find an option. Instead, he takes off. Martin past the 1st. He has a lot of space to go. Flipping towards the other side of the field. Jukes a defender. Can he reach for a touchdown? No, he's just short. But Colby Martin.
What a run.
To the 1-yard line. What a run from Colby Martin. Couldn't find any pass options. Takes it on his own.
Almost goes out of bounds and then says, nope. Keeps on going with the open field.
Flips the field, jukes the defender. But, there's a flag at midfield.
Oh, no.
The Chiefs are walking backwards here. Here we go for the head ref.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense. Number 72. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Player results 1st down.
So Alex Brewer gets an unsportsmanlike conduct. It's a 15-yard penalty, but Martin still gets to keep his run, so it'll only be 15 yards from where the ball was downed. So it keeps it at what will be the 19-yard line.
Does anything happen? Jake, football question. Does anything happen because Alex has already had a flag been thrown like on him?
I think it's only personal fouls.
It's only personal fouls that get you thrown out.
So 1st and 10 from the 19. Again, I formation from the Chiefs. We've seen a lot of this from them tonight. Jack Mine liking this formation. It's Rajecki over on towards the right side, still pushing. And a lot of yardage. Sprayberry getting in towards Alex Brewer's face. No flag thrown.
Looks like there's a little scuffle, little Sprayberry uniform breaking.
It's been starting to heat up a little bit here with a lot of unsportsmanlike conducts and personal fouls.
I mean, it makes sense. This is the #1 game of the regular season. It is #1 versus #1 pretty much.
Yeah, it's a huge matchup for both of these teams. And it's 2nd and 5. Martin under center. Handoff, Rajecki. And he is stuffed in a pile. Play gets called dead. And it's going to be 3rd and pretty short here. 3rd and about 2. The Chiefs killing a lot of time off of this clock. 4 minutes left to go in the half. And a big 3rd down here. Rajecki flips side, so does Brody Craig. Handoff, Rajecki clears the 1st down marker, still pushing. And gets a 1st down, moves the chains, resets it back to a 1st. And it will be 1st and goal with the time still ticking down. She's doing a great job of clock management here, making sure Sprayberry does not have any time to put something on the scoreboard to close the half. Sprayberry will receive the 2nd half kickoff. Again, I formation. And they're going to jump on that one. That will be on Sprayberry.
Seems like number 65, Jacob Sheen, did a little flop right there on the offensive line. Just to sell it. Sometimes you have to sell it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Refs see the encroachment. They call the penalty, and ball will be set up between the 3rd and the 4th hash. Will remain 1st and goal. Handoff for Rajecki over towards the outside. He is free for his 3rd of the night. It's another hat trick for Will Rajecki, number 12 of the season. Will Rajecki putting up ridiculous numbers, and he extends the Chiefs' lead.
Another basic walk in the end zone for Will Rajecki.
Yeah, 2 walk-ins so far tonight. He makes it a 2-score ball game, 27-13, pending the extra point. As Leif Hansen walks over in towards the middle. And that one is drilled again for Leif Hansen.
Out of the fence. The football player is jumping over the fence to go get the ball because that's how far Leif Hansen kicked it. Now, Jake, earlier on our own, we decided to predict the score of the game, and I predicted 28-24, and I'm starting to think that my prediction is not going to become true because I just have a feeling that Sequoyah is going to score more.
Yeah, you know, I could lie and say that I'm on target right now, but I think I said 31-28. So we've been way off that target since the first play of the game, and honestly, I'm excited for it. A lot of offense so far tonight. The defense, where most of the star players are for the Sprayberry team, have really only showed up on that fumble, and ever since then, it has just been drive for drive, as Sprayberry have had to punt once on offense, and that kind of got rid of a lot of momentum for them. But you would think it would be kind of reciprocated there, as Chiefs had to turn the ball over on that fumble as well. But those 2 opening field goals is what could kill this game for Sprayberry, as they started the game giving up 2 drives that could have been touchdowns. I mean, 135-yarder, 141-yarder, with just a few more good plays in that area, and you could be at a tie ball game.
Yeah, I feel like I always say points are points, but for Sprayberry, they could be at 21 points right now.
Yeah, I would say points are points until you start going bar for bar on touchdowns. Then you need the touchdowns, which is what I would go for if everything was a perfect world, if you were Sprayberry. But 28-13, 2:45. Sprayberry have a little bit of time to go on this drive. Duckett can make some magic if they do look to throw. They have 4 receivers out there and a running back as well. Duckett could cause some distractions and run, but no. He throws it to Edmonds, and he is thrown into the ground by Brooks Darling. Great tackle right there from him. Jordan Edmonds, nowhere to go. Still gets another reception and not a first down, and a gain of 5. So 2nd and 5 is what we'll head to. And Sprayberry in hurry up. Again, 4 receivers out wide. They're looking to throw the ball. They throw it outside over towards their running back. Has a little bit of space to go. Gets the first. And Drew Keeling gets out of bounds. So the clock will stop. Drew Williams throws him out of bounds.
Going out of bounds, that's what Sprayberry wants in moments like these, to being able to stop the clock and also go quickly at the same time.
Yeah, and there's Duckett's ability to try to escape the pocket, but didn't see an option to run and throws it out of bounds, stops the clock again, so you don't take any time off. Just a loss of a play. So 2nd and 10, and Duckett needs to try to lead the Yellow Jackets for, I think, 60-so yards. I think it's 66. Duckett throwing again towards the sideline. It's Edmonds, and he's thrown out of bounds again by Brooks Darling. And the ref's giving Edmonds a talking to. Might just be a warning. No flag thrown, but Edmonds definitely getting on the ref's radar. Clock stopped again. Duckett trying to throw once again, and it's Edmonds. They keep finding Edmonds on this check down, and thrown again into the ground by Hayden Poole. The Chiefs are taking their biggest hits on Jordan Edmonds. They are making sure he feels every single time that he gets the ball. And it's another slamming towards the ground. Clock still moving. 1:30 left to go. 2nd and short. Edmonds has been the target on this drive. They've been moving the chains well with him. They're going to look to him once again. Instead, Duckett trying to take off. Throws a dime down the middle. A bullet down the middle. Was intended again for Edmonds, but goes over his head. Can't get his hands on the ball. Slips away. Stops the clock, 3rd and short.
Now, I think what we're seeing from Sprayberry is something that we also like to see from the Sequoyah Chiefs, with the Colby Martin and Will Rajecki dynamic duo, I would say, is pretty much what Sprayberry is trying to get at. They're getting it to their best player, and they're getting it down the field and just trying to get points on the board.
Yeah, in crunch time, they got to go fast. They hand it off, trying to get the first. They will. He was thrown all the way back behind that first down marker and the flag. So this might send that first down back a lot. I think that might have been
defense.
Nope, it's going to be on defense. Thought it might have been on the offense. I'll hear the call. And Teeter going over, talk to ref real quick. And it's another unsportsmanlike conduct. This time, it's Drew Williams.
Now you can hear it from the Sequoyah section over here that the fans are not happy about it.
Yeah, there is nothing that's being let slide so far tonight. This ref has this game on tight control. I mean, pretty much anything that would go against that code of conduct on that rule book is getting called for. So, calling a pretty good game so far. Pushes that first down even farther. A lot farther, actually.
15.
Yep. A huge push up. Now inside the 30. So Sprayberry takes a timeout. They got 1:08 on the clock. They got a little bit of space and time to work with. So we'll see what they're capable of here. First timeout of the night taken. It's on Sprayberry's call, as they're just looking for one more score to close out the half. If they can just grab something.
And Sequoyah is looking for just one more stop to close out the first half.
Yep, and I think if they keep giving this ball to Edmonds and they keep working that check down game, it's worked so far this drive. The Chiefs having to play a little bit more deep to make sure that big play isn't available for the Yellow Jackets. And then when you start focusing a little bit more on that deep game, that short check down game just becomes wide open. And that's what Edmonds has been utilizing. That's a hard word for me.
Honestly, that's a hard word in general, Jake, and that's okay.
There's too many of the same letters. I don't like it.
Real.
So a 3 wide receivers on the top, 2 on the bottom, 5 wide receiver formation. Duckett throwing over. They have Edmonds. It's tipped by Darling, and he can't get it.
Now, my advice for that is Brooks should have just laid out on the floor and tried to get it.
Might have just been a little bit too far for Darling on that one.
Probably. It seems like he was about to, and then he just, like,
I can't get it.
laid. He just like, you know.
But he stops another first down from Edmonds.
Just huge.
Who's been racking up yards this drive, yards and receptions. This time they'll take one of their receivers that they had out wide and throw him next to Duckett. It's Keeling that's there. Duckett throwing over to Edmonds on the sideline, and he can't hold on to it. Slips away. And now it's 3rd and 10, 58 seconds on the clock. It would be about a 45-yard field goal if the Chiefs can make another stop, and it's on the near hash, so it won't be a dead straight shot depending on what happens on this play. Again, 4 wide receivers. Duckett scanning the field. Deep throw towards the sideline, picked off. On the far sideline, has space to take it all the way back. Still going, making some motions on the way. And it's all the way back for a touchdown. Pick 6, Sequoyah. Jedediah Marshall with a huge play. He knew it, crossing the 50. Jedediah Marshall the full length of the field.
That's just the perfect scenario. Perfect scenario.
What a play. Duckett just a little bit short on the throw. And the sophomore corner gets his first pick of the year, and it's a pick six.
Come on, refs. Don't turn it over.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Intercepting team number 20. That will be enforced on the kickoff.
So Jedediah Marshall on the return gets an unsportsmanlike conduct, but the touchdown stands will be enforced on the kickoff.
That's all I care about. I mean, yeah, sportsmanlike conduct, not great, not great. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but, however.
I mean, Jedediah was just having a little bit of, he was having a little bit of fun on that return.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Not celebrate big that you just ran the entire field?
It was on the run. He was pointing a little bit on that run, and I think that's what they got him for. Just a little bit nitpicky there. But the touchdown still stands, and it probably won't have much effect as Leif Hansen's their kickoff specialist. And Hansen here, perfect snap, perfect hold. The Riley O'Neal, Will Rejecki, and Leif Hansen kick team remains undefeated again. And it is 35-13.
We're officially above your score prediction.
And yours, so.
Okay, we were already above mine. We already established that we were not, that I was not winning.
If you're coming for my score prediction, I'm coming for yours as well.
It's okay, I'm happy about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm forever happy about it.
Maybe we should have done first half score predictions. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
First half score predictions, of course.
So with that unsportsmanlike conduct on the return, Leif Hansen sets up at his own 25. This will be impressive if he can at least get this towards the 10. The Sprayberry kick returner setting up at the 20, which is still pretty deep for being set up at the 25-yard line.
Proof that they just know that Leif's a great kicker and about to kick the ball insanely far.
And that one is sent behind the head. And they return it. They will field it. Sprayberry trying to make some motion, and he's breaking free.
Whoa.
It's Nico White. Crosses over into the 50 with 30 seconds to go. And despite the ball being over White's head, he picks it up, fields it near the 5, and takes it and runs with it across the 50. So 29 seconds for Sprayberry to make something happen. Last time they were nearing in on the red zone, we had that pick 6 from Jedediah Marshall. See if he can make some more magic as they're going to be forced to throw farther and a little bit quicker. Same type of formation. Duckett, pump fake over towards Edmonds, and then rips it right back over to him.
And the clock is not stopping.
Yep, doesn't get out of bounds. And Sprayberry takes a few seconds to call the timeout. So we'll stop the clock at 19. Second and short. Sprayberry so far way past their average points against per game, which was 11 to start the night, but the Chiefs have tripled that, so that average will definitely go up. And Sprayberry doing a good job on their offensive side as well, as the Chiefs have given up about 7. I mean, they've had 2 shutouts, so those 2 shutouts are helpful to that number, and Sprayberry so far at 13. Second and short. Duckett trying to throw, has to escape the pocket, does, hit while thrown, and flag. It's got to be pass interference down at the end zone. And I think that's what the refs were looking at there. They saw just a little bit too much contact, and it's another flag going to be forced. And that is. So in high school, it's just a 15-yard penalty, so not spot of the foul, which would have been very bad, but still they get back into the same position they were on that last drive, at about the 24-yard line. Duckett and the Yellow Jackets in a strong position to just put some points back up on the board before the half.
Now I do know that the refs are calling it tight, and that basically each team is trying to get the other team to basically just have a bunch of flags at this point. But there's also been a lot of contact, like extra contact on both teams, just because of how high of a matchup that this
Duckett
game
throwing
is.
over the middle, it's picked off. The Chiefs with another interception. It's Asa Goings this time. And he's creating more space for himself, goes down as the clock expires. And Asa Goings, 2 interceptions on 2 drives, and the Chiefs close out the half with another pick, 35-13. And the momentum going into the halftime locker room is at an all-time high for the Sequoyah Chiefs. That is not how the Yellow Jackets wanted that one to go out.
What a half for Sequoyah. 2 interceptions just at the very end. And we already have 5 touchdowns, and one of them being a pick 6 by a sophomore. Like, insane athletic performance by Sequoyah.
What an impressive half that was. I mean, the defense also showed it as well. I mean, after that punt, 2 picks, haven't given up a score since. 2 field goals to start the night. They had those nice stoppages inside the red zone to force those field goals. And then Edmonds found the end zone on one of them. And ever since that, the Yellow Jackets lost their momentum. Everything kind of just snapped for them. And it went downhill pretty quickly. As you said, the Chiefs end that half on such a high note. As we see them going into the locker room now, 35-13 is your score. We'll be back for second half action in about 20 minutes. You can enjoy the band halftime show while you are waiting. Thank you for watching. We'll be back in 20.
Ever wonder where the capital A of Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
Sequoyah marching band of Chiefs.
Warm flavor and a good time. Come on down to Big Easy Barbecue, where Cajun heat meets slow smoked perfection. Sink your teeth into our famous smoked wings, tender brisket, and spicy jambalaya that will have you coming back for more. We've got big screens with big games, space for the whole crew, and that Southern hospitality you'll love. Right in the heart of the neighborhood, easy to find, impossible to forget. Big Easy Barbecue, a Cajun smokehouse where flavor meets family.
attention. Amaya Lopez, you have dropped your credit/debit card, and it would be at the concession stand. Once again, Amaya Lopez.
Welcome back to Skip Hope Stadium, everybody. And we're back for second half action between the Sequoyah Chiefs and the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets. If you're just tuning in right now, it was pretty close with about 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. It was not 35-13, but then another touchdown from the Chiefs and a pick six from Jedediah Marshall brought the Chiefs up to 35. And that's where we stand as we enter the second. Sprayberry has had an incredible halftime talk, and they got to try to get themselves back into this game. As we start the second half, I'm Jake Gyra, joined with
Sloan McGee, and we are very excited to see what the second half is going to bring of this already impactful and pretty just darn awesome game, I would say.
a 3-score ball game for Sprayberry right now. And that one is out of the back of the end zone. So Sprayberry will take it at the 20-yard line.
What I love about this game is that the score right now being 35-13 is normally what you would see at the end of a game, but instead it's at the end of the first half, which means we have so much more left to see in this incredible matchup of this high school football game.
I mean, 35 in the first half is impressive, especially against a team that is as strong as this Sprayberry team is supposed to be. Granted, they have yet to play really any top teams. Their highest ranked, according to MaxTrax, at this current moment, so based on current rankings and who they've played, was Kennesaw Mountain just a few weeks ago, who was ranked 165 in the state. So they haven't necessarily had a challenge yet, and this Chiefs team is their first challenge, and so far it has not gone the way in which they thought it was. So the first play of the half is a pretty decent gain. It's about 4, so 2nd and 6 is what we'll set up with. Duckett calls a man in motion. Instead, throws it over towards the sideline, and it's dropped. It was intended for Kobe Lewis, who hasn't been involved too much tonight. Last week, he had 71 receiving yards on 3 receptions, and with 3 touchdowns so far on the year, has been a pretty integral part of this offense, but just hasn't had the looks tonight so far, as they've really preferred Jordan Edmonds over on that far side. And I'm thinking that it's the corner matchup, as they don't like Benji Smith on Kobe Lewis, not Benji Smith, Jedediah Marshall over on that far side. So they're focusing Edmonds again, as that one just flips everything I just said, and they find Kobe Lewis on the left side. So, let's just forget that I said anything about that.
No, sometimes the plays just work, and that one time the play just worked.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
2 back-to-back targets there for Kobe Lewis as he gets a strong start to the half. Again, another man in motion. They hand it off. As he's breaking free through the defense, it's Keelan Jones, and he's taking off, but not before he's brought down after crossing the 30. I think it was Drew Williams on the chase there. Yes, it was. Who his speed has been a very important part of this offense, and making sure that any of those deep plays that do manage to break out, he can catch and prevent a touchdown from happening. And again, they hand it off. This time trying to run it up the middle, and he is grabbed in a hold. Then it's Drew Williams again. He's got to be careful, though, with that extra push towards the end of the play, as the refs have been pretty tight about any sort of unsportsmanlike conduct or personal fouls.
Yeah, shocked they didn't want to call that one, Yeah, they've been actually very, very tough on the flags. A lot of personal fouls and a lot of offsides and
Duckett throwing over the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown. Keelan Jones finds the end zone, and it's a great opening drive of the second half for the Yellow Jackets, as the Georgia commit gets into the end zone for what will be his second touchdown of the year. Sorry, I interrupted you on that last part there.
No, it's fine. I think it's really the football play that interrupted me.
Yeah. Keelan Jones he had to score a touchdown right that second.
Yeah, right that second. He could have held it for a second, but no, he didn't. I guess he just had to. So inconsiderate of my great talking over here.
Duckett with a bullet pass right over the middle. Jones breaks the first tackle and gets himself into the end zone. So a promising drive to start the half, and it's 20-35. So we'll see some more Chiefs action so far. Or sorry, Chiefs offense. We'll see some more Chiefs offense again. Lost my words on that one. Coming off of 2 back-to-back picks on those last 2 minutes of the first half. A pick 6 from Jedediah Marshall, and then another one from Asa Goings, who didn't play last week but is back in the starting lineup and has made an already pretty big impact on this game. And with 10:25, Chiefs will get their first drive of the half. Brown boots it back towards Rajecki. It's returnable. Takes it over towards our near side, trying to spin move through some opponents, and needs about 4 Yellow Jackets to bring him down at the 30.
I don't think I have seen a single one person bring Will down by themselves tonight, which, in my opinion, is very impressive. That he has to have, this is kind of funny because they're the Yellow Jackets, but they have to swarm him to make sure that he gets down.
I mean, that's just how good of a running back he's shown, and I think that you can't look at his ranking and justify him off of that 3-star alone. You got to really look deep into that stats. I mean, that 8.8 yards per carry is really where you got to look. And then on top of that, his 11 touchdowns, or no, it's 12 now. Yeah, it's 12 now. And then also on top of that, his total yardage. So there's a lot of stats you really got to look at in depthly. There's a QB keeper there. Brings up second after about a 7-yard gain. That's Hudson Hamilton, Jack Ripley, and Brooke Starling on that far side. Handoff to Rajecki. He takes our near side, tries to throw down the defender. Will get the first. No, he is just short of the first. Refs are saying move the chains, and that's what they'll do, so they'll give him the first. The Chiefs get another first. 1st and 10 from the 40 now. Handoff. Again, Rajecki trying to powell through defenders, and he falls for a little bit extra. He gets marked down after a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 again.
Now that singular play has been insanely strong tonight. With everybody's blocking. There's an obvious open gap right there for Will to just push on through.
Yeah, the D line for Sprayberry has been pretty solid so far entering tonight. Gabe Clark and Isaiah De Silva lead the team in sacks with 3 apiece, and then Sakai Minifield has 2. So they've been a pretty hefty presence in the backfield for most teams. That's all the way down the field for Maddox Waller. Martin looks deep, finds Waller on his first reception of the night. And the Chiefs offense just keeps moving down the field. Now getting closer towards the red zone at the 30.
Now, according to Max Preps, Maddox Waller has 16.3 yards per catch. So every single time he catches the ball, he's going places.
Yeah, the average per reception for this team is pretty high. I mean, I don't have the exact stat, but I mean, Will Rajecki, 14 average, Brooke Starling, 15, Waller, 16, Jack Ripley, 22. I mean, when they find a opening, as Will Rajecki does right there, it usually results in a lot of yardage, just like that one does. And Rajecki breaks into the red zone. And they get onto the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. So back-to-back big plays for the Chiefs here. Maddox Waller on the first one. And then Will Rajecki on the second. We'll see if they can do it again. Braden Wilbur and Rajecki in the backfield. Martin under center. Hands off to Rajecki. Pushing his way. Can he force a touchdown? No. Just short again. And he's inching closer towards his 4th touchdown of the night. And they're at the 4. Again, same formation. Martin under center. Wilbur and Rajecki behind him.
I mean, why?
Rajecki over towards the left side, and he walks into the end zone again. Will Rajecki, 4th rushing touchdown of the night. He is having himself a day.
I mean, it's working. Why fix what's not broken? If the play's working, run the same play. And Sprayberry has not, even though this play was insanely applicable in the first half, and so in this very first drive the Sequoiahs had during this game, why has the Sprayberry defense not figured out a way to counteract it? That's just like a pondering question. I mean, if it's been there and Sprayberry has not figured out how to stop it, why not keep going with it?
13 rushing touchdowns that has resulted in for Rajecki on the season, and it just keeps getting better for him. Leif Hansen drills the field goal, 42-20. We move up to, and the Yellow Jackets, both offense and defense, is going to have to get something going. Down 22, still down 3 scores.
Now, I know we keep going back to the score predictions, but we talked to Coach Sparks earlier, and he had predicted that the Sequoyah Chiefs are going to win 38-28. So now his prediction's out the window, too. Basically, we're only going up here.
I like it, though. You know, keep moving.
I love it.
So 7 minutes left to go here. Only in the third quarter still. Chiefs 22-point lead. As the cheerleaders bring the Chiefs flag back over across towards the student section. Hanson puts this one in the back of the end zone. Unreturnable again. Edmonds can't do anything about it but watch. And the Sprayberry offense will come back out once again, needing an impressive drive. Duckett has had a pretty good night so far. Hasn't been necessarily as impressive as the last few weeks, especially if you're going to compare it to last week against Pope, where that 8 for 13, 189 yards and 3 touchdowns. That just hasn't gone his way so far. And their run game also hasn't been working. They've had 1 or 2 big rushes. We'll see if they can get another one. Instead, thrown over towards the sideline, and it's incomplete.
And still talking about Duckett, some of his passes have either been way over or way under. And he's gone from throwing no interceptions to throwing 2 in a game in under 2 minutes. So, yes, he's had they've had a pretty well night, saying like they've scored 20 points, which for a high school football game, that's pretty well. However, I don't know if it's their best.
As Ian Holbert on that carry there gets a little bit more yardage, trying to get that running game working again, but it doesn't go far. Gets about a 3-yard gain, and it's 3rd and 7. And again, Sprayberry in not so good of a position. They got a long way to go for a first. Duckett throwing over towards the sideline is a good check down route over toward Edmonds. And it might just move the chains for a first, and it does. A great route right there. Edmonds has been great on those quick cut routes.
And you can see the upset in Drew Williams for a second there. I mean, that makes sense. You're on 3rd down, 3rd and 10, 3rd and pretty long, and the secondary just let that one go. Yeah,
you're thinking you're about to just get off the field, and another power slam into the ground. You can see that anger on Drew Williams.
He's ready to get off the field, but he's ready to get Sprayberry off the field and possibly onto the buses in the next 6 plus 15 minutes of game time.
Yeah, another tackle for loss there for Drew Williams, one of the team leaders. And now sets up 2nd and 12. Duckett thrown over the middle, and it's another great hit there. Carson Berry breaking up the pass. What a hit there on the 5-star Alabama commit. Carson Berry knocks that pass away. And it's 3rd down again. 3rd and 12. Sprayberry have to throw. Little low snap. Duckett trying to find someone. He's going over towards the sideline, and it's caught. Or they're saying that it's incomplete. No catch. Ball gets knocked out. That was Keelan Jones. He had it for a second. But the secondary knocks it away and turns what could have been a 1st down gain into a 4th and long, and they'll have to bring out the punt team again. Rajecki out to receive the punt this time. With 5:32, and the Chiefs' run game's looking good. They got a chance to run out a lot of this clock. Here's the punt. Chiefs have blocked a few this season, and that one rolls out of bounds as the Chiefs will take over at about the 35-yard line, 42-20.
I'm just really excited to see how much more we can up the score.
I mean, yeah, there's not much has looked to be stopping them so far tonight. I mean, the only thing that has prevented a Chiefs touchdown is that fumble on the second drive. And since then, they've been pretty much perfect. The pick six, 4 Will Rejecki rush touchdowns. Martin has only thrown for 1 so far tonight with that pass to Jack Ripley. We'll see if they will give him any more opportunities. I'm guessing they're just going to try to run out this clock, though. And that's exactly what they do. Hand it off to Rejecki, and he falls for multiple yards there. It might have crosses that five-yard gain, and he does. So 2nd and 5. Gets put in a good spot. And they have 30 seconds they can kill off this clock. And if they keep going at this rate, they will kill a lot of time off of it. They'll get to the line pretty quickly here. They got 20 seconds that they can kill. We'll see if they take all of that time. Martin waits till 10 seconds left and now hands it off. And Rejecki just short of a first. Oh, never mind. They might have gave it to him. And they will. And it's a first down for the Chiefs.
Now this run game, it's worked all game for the Chiefs, but it's gonna especially work now just to run out the clock so that Sprayberry doesn't even get a chance to be able to actually add up some points, because they technically only are about three touchdowns and an extra 2 points.
Will Rejecki breaks off to the left side. Sprayberry trying to catch him. They finally do, but not after a 50-yard gain there. Rejecki thrown out of bounds, so the clock stops. But the Chiefs once again knocking on the door of another touchdown. Rejecki looking for his 5th of the night.
I just have a feeling that Rejecki's amount of rush yards is skyrocketing after this game.
I mean, how much would we say he has tonight? It's got to be about 200, right?
In one night, it's got to be in the 200s.
Yeah, if it's around 200, currently before this game he was at 648, so he'd be at around 850, which is through 5 games is ridiculous. As there he is again, plowing through, breaking more tackles. Can he get another touchdown? No, he's dragged out just before the 1-yard line. So close to his 5th of the night. And we've been another touchdown after contact, and he's also again just racking up those yards after contact. He keeps breaking tackles, and there's not much the Sprayberry team can do about it. They haven't been able to figure him out. And with 3:56 left in the third, you would hope you had figured him out by now, but that just has not happened.
I mean, yeah, I feel like we've said this in last games whenever the Sequoyah, like there's the game against Denmark when Sequoyah defense may have not been exactly in the game until the second half, but that the time that they got to go into the locker room and like replay what just happened and be able to learn from it, I feel like the Sprayberry defense has not had much of that.
And there it is, number 5 for Will Rejecki, 5th touchdown of the night. The Yellow Jackets have not been able to stop him as he goes back-to-back on drives with touchdowns. And the Chiefs up the score again, 48-20, with a chance to make it 49. His 14th touchdown of the season. He's close to averaging 3 touchdowns a game. I mean, that's just a ridiculous number. I mean, he himself, just him being on the field, technically guarantees them 21 points, which is a ridiculous stat line. Leif Hansen's extra point is good, so it's 49-20. And all this talk of a highly competitive game and what could have been a shootout between a strong Sprayberry team. I mean, some rankings had Sprayberry over Sequoyah, just in terms of power rankings. And I mean, so far, 49-20.
Insane athleticism, talent, all the above. Many other words to describe how incredible being able to watch this game has been.
Yeah, and we still got 3 minutes and another quarter to go as well. So there's still time for more scores. And I don't think the JV players are going to be coming in anytime soon. So we'll still see these varsity guys getting unsportsmanlike conduct again. This time, it's on Gabe Clark, the defensive end, the team leader in sacks. Grabs an unsportsmanlike conduct, so the kickoff gets bumped up. It was 15 yards, and Leif Hansen will have an easy job either knocking this one out or, I mean, we saw it just at Cherokee where the Chiefs recovered the kickoff. It wasn't supposed to be an onside kick, but it was accidentally touched, and no one on the Warriors picked it up at the 10, and it was the Chiefs' ball.
That's kind of the best case scenario.
I mean, really, yeah, it worked out great for everybody. Chiefs got the ball at the 10-yard line, got another touchdown. Leif Hansen can add it to his highlight reel, but he just drills this one through the uprights, and that one is a, what would that be? A 55-yard field goal right there. So just casual stuff from Leif Hansen there.
I mean, I know you don't necessarily want to just like be at 4th down on the 50, but if you happen to.
Worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario, tonight my dream would be to watch Leif Hansen kick a field goal from the 50.
I mean, hey, back it up to the NFL record. Let's put it out. Let's put it at 68. Let's see what he can do.
68.
And again, just stuffed in the backfield. Nothing that the Sprayberry running backs can do. Keelan Jones on that carry, and to tackle for loss, it brings it back for a 2nd and 12 scenario. Again, Sprayberry got to get going now if they want to find themselves back into this game. They're down by 29. They hand it off again. And like we've seen so far tonight, is brought down before getting any significant yardage. So it's 3rd, and we'll say 6. So the Yellow Jackets need a big play on this 3rd down. They can't punt anymore tonight. They don't got much time left. Duckett throwing over towards the corner, and I don't know if he had possession on that. He did not. Brooks Starling throws Jones out, Edmonds out of bounds before he can retain possession. And again, sets up a 4th down. You take a official's timeout for an injury. Looks to be the intended receiver on that one, Jordan Edmonds. As the team leading receiver couldn't hold on to that one before Brooks threw him out. And Sprayberry coming out in punt formation, which down 29, they're not going to risk anything more. Unless they decide to go for a fake here. Snap is good, finds the punt. We'll see if Rajecki can hold on to it. Yes, he can, and he's got space to go. Stutter steps towards the left side. Jersey tug got brought back, and it will stop at the 35. And, I mean, that really only goes for a 5-yard punt right there.
Yeah, light work. We're already
we're back
in field goal range.
Oh, I was going to say we're back to where that drive would have ended. I mean, you might as well have just gone for it then. If you were going to get the Chiefs right back into 35-yard line.
Real, I mean, why waste your punter's leg?
I was just going to say, why waste the 4th down when you're down by 29 with 2 minutes to go?
Honestly, true.
I mean, this was...
They should have expected Will Rejecki to be able to run that far because he's been doing it all night.
This is still a big game for Sprayberry. I mean, if they wanted to do something in region, this is still such a strong region team. And with the Chiefs already taking out Kell, or sorry, not Kell. Kell's not a region team. It bumps up their resume. This was the game for the Chiefs last year that kind of hindered them just a little bit in those rankings. And this year it's kind of taken the opposite of that, as 49-20 is not as tight as it was last year. 31. It was still about the same. 31-17 is what Sprayberry won at their home. As Martin throwing over the top, it's Matthew Matz wide open downfield, and Matthew Matz gets his first reception of the season.
I think the last time I saw Matthew Matz catch the football was in middle school.
I mean, did he play? Was he playing tight end in middle school?
I mean,
I'm
pretty sure everybody did.
That's true.
Everybody kind of played everything in middle school.
We'll throw you a wide receiver for a play. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working so far.
It's working.
Matthew Matz with another huge gain gets the Chiefs for a 1st and goal. Hand off, Rejecki. It's another touchdown. It's number 6.
And Jake, earlier you said that Will averages around three touchdowns a game, and now he's doubled that.
Yeah, well, he's at 15 touchdowns on the season. So now technically he's officially averaging 3 touchdowns per game.
Oh, officially, yes.
Yeah, I was just kind of rounding up there. I think 14 divided by 3 is.
Well, I mean, you can't have half a touchdown technically.
Yeah, so we'll just round up for fun.
So, of course, because rounding up is how math sometimes works.
So Rejecki gets his 3rd touchdown of the half. He equals last half's, where he had 3 as well. And it's on the drive sheet right now. I'll just read it to you. It's touchdown Will Rejecki, touchdown Will Rejecki, and touchdown Will Rejecki.
And that is just the second half.
Yeah, that's just the second half. And on the other side there of Sprayberry, Keelan Jones had a touchdown early, and then there's just been punt and punt. So despite the Chiefs being up 56-20, they have not given up anything on the gas pedal, and they're going full force still.
This game is just like another game of defying all odds, because the Kell game was unexpected. I mean, not unexpected for Chiefs fans. I would say unexpected for critics.
For experts.
Air quotations.
In air quotations. You can't see us right now, but air quotations.
The people who think that they can do great at predicting the game, sometimes predictions are off. I mean, Kell game, it was. And this game, it is.
I'll give the experts some credit. It's hard to watch every single high school football game at every rank, every region, and it's also incredibly hard to watch the blowouts. I will say blowouts are sometimes the most enjoyable game, but also sometimes the most boring games.
Exactly.
Like you're watching a 70-0 ball game, and it's like, okay, well, I know we're gonna win, so I mean, how many can this game just be over by now? Like,
exactly. It's also like you're saying the same thing. Oh my goodness, touchdown! Oh my goodness, touchdown! So sometimes it's like, what do you say now?
Exactly. You gotta need some repetition. I mean, the Chiefs are eyeing 70 right now. If they put up 70 against this Sprayberry team that is also 4-0 right now, they're still a strong team. They were 11-2 last year. They made the playoffs. They were 6-1 in region. They lost to Poe. They have a positive 163-point differential, which was 30 more than the Chiefs. And they have most of their star players were their juniors last year. They were in the same situation as the Chiefs. And this year, their seniors are even better than they already were. And it's just getting a little bit worse for the Yellow Jackets. They get a completion, sets up 2nd and 5.
Now let me tell you what this game rides on for history. If Sprayberry were to win, they would be 5-0 for the first time since the varsity football team started in 1956. But if the Sequoyah Chiefs win, they are going to be 5-0 for the first time since 2006.
A lot riding on this game, yeah.
So history will be in the making.
For somebody.
For somebody.
And with 19 seconds left, Sprayberry will get one more play here. Maybe two. They air it out deep to Edmund Jones, and it's no. Incompletion. Brooks Darling locks him up. Says square up to Jordan Edmonds, and it's another downfield incompletion for Duckett. Just could not find the right separation between corner and a receiver. And they'll take another injury timeout. Yeah, there's also a little bit of history between these two teams. Not much. Chiefs lead the total series 9-2. So if this score holds up, Chiefs will get their 10th win. And the last game before last year's was in 2019. The Chiefs had won, before last year, the Chiefs had won the last 9 in a row, dating from 2019 to 2012. And that's when they won their 9. Sprayberry won the opening matchups, at least what is recorded in Max Prep's history books, as a sack is recorded as we're talking. Michael Fountain on the sack.
I just realized that DJ Wilson is the quarterback in the game, and Jaden Duckett was not in the game for that play.
So 4th down and long will get stopped as we head into the 4th quarter. But yeah, as I was saying, Chiefs had won 9 in a row from 2019 to 2012. Sprayberry won that first opening matchup. But then after that, it was all Chiefs for a while until Sprayberry finally answered back last year. And it's going to look to go back in the other direction this year. So we'll wait for this 4th quarter to start. And the Chiefs, again, in a great position right now, 56-20. Have given up 1 touchdown last quarter. They gave up 1 touchdown in the second, and they gave up 2 field goals in the first. They've had an incredible defensive performance against a high-scoring offense that has been really good this season, averaging that 46 points per game. Granted, they have not been that high caliber of teams, and now the Chiefs now the Yellow Jackets going up against that high caliber offense and defense. They're finding it a little difficult to get that groove going, and it's the 3rd and very long. Yep, as you said, DJ Wilson enters the game. They pull Duckett. They might have been just a little concerned with that injury, as Wilson is trying to escape the pocket. Can he find a man? No, he takes off instead. Can he get to the first? Yes, he does. Throws a defender down, crosses the line for a first, gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and it's a great run there from DJ Wilson.
And that's the momentum that Sprayberry needs if they're going to have a chance to score 36 points. That's the 36 points.
The junior quarterback who looks to take the reins next year. Again, in shotgun, throwing on the run, and that is to nobody. Picked off again by Brooks Darling. What will be his 3rd interception of the year. You cannot make it up. The Sequoyah Chiefs offense takes the field again, and it's 56-20. It's a third interception of the night. One from Asa Goings, one from Jedediah Marshall, and now Brooks Starling joins the party. And it gives the Chiefs offense another opportunity to get back out onto the field.
Now, Jacob, we're really going for 70 here.
I mean, there's a
We gotta
chance.
go.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance. I think there's a great chance, actually.
I don't know if we'll start running the clock now, or just having a continuous game clock. You would think if we're trying to get out of here at a reasonable time, but we'll hand it off to Rajecki again, so we won't see if we're just going to keep running the clock. But this Chiefs secondary that was very highly doubted. Not many people were thinking that. I know a lot of people were talking and saying that this secondary was not going to live up to, no, I wasn't say hype because no one was really hyping them up that much, but they weren't going to live up to what a solid secondary should be, and they silenced them pretty quickly. And this secondary has been so solid so far. 7 interceptions, or sorry, I think it's 8 now on the season as Rajecki makes a few juke moves, makes a few more. And he gets taken down after a gain of 3, so it's going to set up 3rd and 8. It'll be 9 interceptions, actually, including tonight. So the Chiefs secondary turning into a takeover machine.
9 interceptions.
And 1 pick six.
And 1 pick six in 5 games.
And that was in a 100-yard pick six. That was a great run there from Jedediah Marshall. And that was
unexpected too.
I mean, yeah, I didn't see the space there. I wasn't looking, but he saw it all the way down the field and he found it. And before the snap, timeout called. Be on Sequoyah. They'll take their first timeout as the clock stops at 8:29 as we take a break for a moment.
Just need a little breather, no little water break, little recoup. Make sure don't turn the ball over and don't be dumb. Probably.
And with that last touchdown, the Chiefs actually passed the Yellow Jackets total points allowed per game. The Yellow Jackets were at 44 points allowed so far in the season. Chiefs have 56 so far tonight. They have, in the last 4 games, they've scored more than any other opponent has in total. Which just shows you how much of a wrecking this offense is to be dealt with. Sprayberry just 7 points short of matching what the Chiefs have given up all year. It helps that with those 2 shutouts and giving 7 up to Kell. And then, of course, the 20 to Denmark in that great comeback win. Sprayberry will try to get back on the board once their offense takes over again. Again, I formation. She's having a little bit of movement there on the line. Maddox Waller and Matthew Matz there together on this near side. It's another blocking unit, and Will Rajecki takes off again. Can he get another touchdown? He does. Lucky number 7.
Insane. Oh, wow.
Will Rajecki, 7 touchdowns on the night.
I can't tell you how many times I wrote Rajecki rush TD. Actually, yes, I can. It was 7.
What a night so far. And there's still time left on the clock. There's still time for him to maybe get 8.
Does anybody know the... are you about to look it up?
That's what I was literally about to go check.
We're looking up what is the record
I
for
want to say it's a lot more.
touchdowns in a game. I feel like it definitely is a lot more, but who cares? He's still having an incredible incredible game tonight.
Especially against such a good team.
The visiting Sprayberry Yellow Jackets 20. Your Sequoyah Chiefs 63.
Okay, so at least chat. I don't know how accurate ChatGPT is. This says there was 10 by Kenneth Moore in 1948. So let's narrow our search.
Try
Let's
to
narrow our
see
search.
what the amount is at Sequoyah, because that could be a record we're trying to reach here. Also, I don't know how accurate 1948 is. Football was very different back then.
So with 7 so far tonight, the most recent games were last year against the Chiefs in the playoffs, which we won't talk about. Then Jameer Gibbs had 8 for Dalton in 2019. Sonny Harris had 8 in 2014. And then Kawan Bryant had 8 in 2013. So it's an elite company. There's not many people that have scored 8. Not many people have also scored 7.
So basically, we may just want him to score.
I mean, there's still time left on the clock.
There's time. I'm hoping for it. These are the moments where I wish Jack Mine could hear us in the ear and take our advice to have Will score at least one more touchdown. I mean, if he scores one more touchdown, we hit 70. 70 points.
I mean, that is a ridiculous stat line against such a good team. At least 4 players have scored 8 or more touchdowns in a game. Georgia high school football has, but I mean, still, this is a ridiculous night. I don't know. Sadly, we don't have a stat keeper, so we can't give you the exact yardage. But with 7 touchdowns, I mean, that was another 60-yard run there. He's got to be closing near 300. I mean, at this point, he's already on watch for 1,000 yards this season. And I think we're not even halfway through the season yet. This will put us at the halfway point. Yeah, this would put us at the halfway point, as there's a long run there on the sideline for Nico White. Had a breakout run earlier in the game. Might just be a little bit too late for him.
Now looking across the field, this Sprayberry student section has quickly fled. There's not anyone there anymore.
I don't even know if they had anyone to begin with. So
They had. I saw a bunch of people wearing USA. I feel like that was their theme. I feel like
as he airs this one out, and DJ Wilson can't connect down the field with Kobe Lewis, as it's another incompletion.
Bring up second down.
So we have entered into running clock era, by the way, if you haven't noticed. 6:38, clock still ticking. Second and 10. DJ Wilson trying to lead Yellow Jackets to maybe another score, as he throws a check down over towards the sideline. It was intended for Jordan Edmonds, but goes out of bounds again, just short of the receiver. And it's 3rd down now. Wilson looking to throw. Pass is tipped. Clinton Martin with the tip pass, but no one able to recover on the other side. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Yellow Jackets offense stays on the field. They're going to go for its 4th and 10. And it's 4th and 10. Yellow Jackets going to have to throw. Wilson dropping back in his pocket, airing it out. He's trying to find a man downfield, and no. It was for Ian Holbert all the way towards the 10-yard line, but incomplete pass.
Our time is coming. Let us see.
And it's
Is Wojcicki on the field?
the turnover again, and I'm guessing Will is going to sit out this last drive of the game. So he'll finish the night off
I'm
with
disappointed.
7 touchdowns.
Actually, great for him.
7 touchdowns and you're disappointed. You
I
want
just
more?
wanted
I want
8.
more. I want 14 from you, Will. Give me more than you had prior to this game, and more.
I wanted 8. But a girl can only dream. Well, let's hit 70.
4:13 running clock. Nolan Shakar comes in for the Chiefs, and they might alternate plays with Eli Stoddard. We'll see. But as the JV, or some of the JV and the secondary players will get some moments here to get some more varsity minutes against what was supposed to be a solid Sprayberry team. Entering the game 4-0, they'll leave 4-1 as this clock is coming towards an end. The Chiefs move up to 5-0 on the year, 2-0 in region, and their quest for a region sweep continues as next week they'll be away at River Ridge on the 19th. Pretty sure that we will be doing that game on Chiefs TV. It will be an away game, so it won't be as quality, I think it'll be still quality production as we normally do pretty well. It'll be like the Cherokee game again. I don't know. Away games, this will be our 3rd ever away game, so we'll see. Chiefs TV's adapting. We're getting better.
Oh, yeah.
Then,
we're moving up in the world.
Yeah, then Chiefs come back home for Lassiter on homecoming. So that'll be another exciting game. Then Chiefs go back away to Woodstock, and then finish the season home versus Pope, and then away at Creekview on Halloween. So they got their harder games out of the schedule. River Ridge will still be a competition, and Woodstock has had a pretty good year as well. Woodstock will probably be, Woodstock's a sleeper team right now. I mean, a lot of people have looked at Woodstock in the past and be like, yeah, they're just Woodstock. They're not going to do anything. But they've had a pretty good season so far. So we'll see if they bring any challenges to the Chiefs. But this Sprayberry team did not do that tonight, and they're down 43 as we close out this game. 2 minutes on the clock left to close out. Shakar still at quarterback.
I think I'm still butthurt about there not being 8 touchdowns, but it's okay. I'm gonna move past it maybe in an hour.
Next week he'll put up 8.
By
he's
the River
putting
Ridge
up,
game, I'm gonna feel better.
He's putting up 7 this week so that he can put up 8 next week and say that he did it better.
Exactly, and then we're just gonna go. He's just gonna keep going up every single game.
I mean, looking at the schedule, it looks possible.
It's possible.
Actually, technically it's possible because I thought the Sprayberry team was going to be a harder competition. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people were playing or were saying that this was going to be a tough game, and I'm thinking that the prep for this game week was high intensity. They knew going in that this was going to be a tough game, and they did so much work. They knew exactly what Sprayberry was going to do, and it's what Sprayberry did, and the Chiefs were ready for it. As they'll close out in the last final minute of this one. Still trying to put up one more touchdown. They'll hand it off again to Aiden Finney.
I don't think they're trying to put up one more touchdown. I think
I think it might be over here.
I think we're just hoping that they put up one more touchdown.
We can dream. One more play to go here, and that will be it from Skip Pope Stadium.
The crowds on both sides slowly getting on out of here.
Now the student section's got to rush the field before they leave, so.
They're still here. I feel like a lot of the adults and middle schoolers are starting to flee.
Last play of the game here. Ball's on the floor, but it's recovered before Sprayberry can jump on top of it, and that will do it from Skip Pope Stadium. 63-20 is your final score. Sprayberry coming to Skip Pope Stadium, trying to get an upset, not even an upset win. They might have been one of the favorite teams here, and they cannot succeed as they get blown out. 63-20. The Chiefs offense put up a masterclass. The Chiefs defense put up a masterclass as well. That was, again, a perfect game for the Chiefs. You look back at the Kell game and you say that game was perfect. This game went even in a better direction for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless just because of how insane, like, looking at the score being 63-20. Incredible athletic performance and an incredible. I don't even know what else to say about this.
Yeah, I cannot wait for the official stats to come out and see how many yards Rajecki had in this game. I mean, that was a ridiculous performance from both the defense. I mean, props to the defense as well. Jedediah Marshall with that pick 6 and that back-to-back pick from Asa again, and then another one from Brooke Starling. I mean, this defense is playing their heart out. They are I would say they're one of the best defenses in the state, and they are so underrated that it makes them good. The other teams aren't coming in and focusing on their defense. They're focusing on other parts of the game, and that's what's making this defense so strong and so good. And that's how we got to a 63-20 win.
Yeah, exactly. At the beginning of the season, I'm pretty sure a lot of people were definitely, like you were saying, sleeping on this defense. They were saying, oh, lost seniors from last year, it's not going to be as good. But in reality, that ain't the reality.
So that's going to do it from Sequoyah High School tonight. Your final score again, 63-20. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I've been Jake Jira.
And I'm Sloan McGee. We're so thankful that you tuned into Chiefs TV. Join us next week while we travel to River Ridge to take on the Knights.
Thank you so much and have a good night.